Hello, friends. Welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today I'll be showing you how I am setting up my May planner pages to achieve my monthly goals. So let's get planning. And I've got my pre-designed monthly goals sheet, as well as my quarterly goals page ready to go, along with a fine liner and a friction pen to get things going. So when I am approaching my monthly goals, the first thing that I like to do is to pull out my quarterly goals page and use it for reference for setting up the month's goals. So for the month of May, I'll be pulling out each of these 3 goals that I have, along with another goal, which we'll talk about when we get there. And my first goal is a work goal. So I have on my quarterly goals to finish all of my Etsy file updates. So I have broken that down on my quarterly goals pages into time segments, monthly, weekly, and daily. I'm just going to reference that monthly section and write in what goal milestone, if you will, from my quarterly goals that I can accomplish here in May. So one of the bigger milestones is to complete all the size updates for my Etsy files in my shop. That would encompass all of the 5 sizes that I have in my shop. So I will choose one size a week to update, and that will work out really nicely as a weekly milestone so that I know that I'm on track with my goal. The next thing I want to do is make sure I'm setting aside time on a weekly basis in order to complete that goal. So I'm going to devote 5 hours or more every week to completing those updates. And then also I need to monitor that time and add hours if I'm not achieving that goal. So just making sure that I'm keeping things on track and making adjustments to my time if need be. So those goals that I'm breaking down into weekly elements that I can achieve are, like I said, being pulled directly from the quarterly goals. And you can see how I went about that in my quarterly goal setup if you want to know more about where I grab my quarterly goals from. So the next goal is a health goal that's on my quarterly goals. And again, I'm pulling from the month category in the time segment breakdown. And one of those was to achieve a 300K step month. So I'm going to pull that goal in for the month of May and break that down into actionable items here. Some of the things that I want to do for that goal is to join the gym and attend some regular cardio classes to help me get more steps. Also need to make sure that I am working out daily and maybe even adding in walks on my rest days to help me achieve my goal. And then finally, just have that goal in mind to get 10,000 steps every day and track that progress so that I can make adjustments if need be if I'm falling behind. So that's my health goal. And again, I'm trying to break it down into actionable items based off of the month milestone that I have there on the quarterly page. I give myself direction in the weekly and the daily breakdowns as well, but I'm really focused more in on that one milestone on these monthly pages to help me really achieve that goal specifically. So my next goal is a self-care goal, and that is, again, something that's directly from the quarterly goals. And I have to take care of myself as one of those big goals to achieve. So the way I'm doing that is to assign myself one monthly beauty appointment, something that's more of a self-care type item, which is actually pretty challenging for me. So I have to put it in a goal or it won't happen. I also have to unplug and rest one day a week. Now that I'm kind of getting into a routine, I think Saturday is going to be the best day to be my rest and unplug day. So I'm going to plan for that. And then I'm also going to work to get presentable every day, even though I don't see anybody on a regular basis. I do want to keep that going and then also to prioritize my mental and physical health through time blocking. So I'll show that in a minute, how I take that and put that into my schedule. So I'm done with my quarterly 2 goals, and I need to add one more goal. I just like to have 1 month only goal that's not connected to my quarterly goals each month. I usually will pull this from my vision board that's part of my annual goal setup. So I've decided to pull out a life goal for May, and that goal is to get out and explore. Since I've just moved to a new place, I really don't know what's around me. I don't have any friend groups here. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can get out and enjoy life a bit more in this new environment. My first idea is to have 2 date nights by the end of the month with my husband. I think that's doable. We've already had one. It was really nice, so I want to continue doing that. I also want to do some research on new places around here to explore, and then actually go out and explore those places, whether it's shopping or just local attractions, things like that, and go out once a week and actually do those things. I also want to find local food spots to try, because food is the spice of life, and definitely want to see what's around and just get some new favorite places. And again, once a week will be my goal for that. Finally, looking into local events and the art scene here, just trying to see if there's anything of interest that I might want to go out and explore. And maybe even join a book club if I feel extra extroverted. So those are my monthly goals set up. And the next step in the process for me is to take those monthly goals and then incorporate those into my weekly schedule. So I'll show you just a little bit more about that process, since one of you asked specifically to see how I do this on a weekly basis. So I have my time blocking schedule here, which I've shown in the past, but it's basically little sticky notes that I've already pre-set up with my normal tasks and routines that I need to do. And then I've time blocked them out on the week to get an idea of how the week will go, and also to make time for those things that I want to do, including my goals tasks. For work, I'm using the blue goals task stickies. That'll be the Etsy file time that I'll be planning on. I have that set off for Wednesday, and if I have overflow, I have some time on Sunday. I also have the health goal, which I'm planning to have my workouts there in the morning. I have them already pre-planned in, so hopefully I will end up doing them. I have felt pretty inconsistent with my workout since we've moved, so I'm really going to hope that joining a gym will help keep that a little bit more regular. There's a class that I need to go to at a certain time that will really help. But once I figure out that, I'll probably make some adjustments to the schedule as far as where my workout will land in the day. I have the walking addition to my rest day for Saturday. So I'm just going to drop that in and write it in, because I don't have another workout task flag ready to go. And I really need to have that in my schedule in order to make sure it happens. So I'm just going to write one in real quick, and then I'll make a formal one for it if I can keep this routine going. I'm also just kind of looking at my week, and when I first set up my schedule, I usually just copy each day from when the week is done. So when I'm on Wednesday, say for this week, I will just move all of Wednesday's task flags once the day is complete in basically the same order, because the routine is fairly similar, or usually. And now I'm just making adjustments. And now that I know that my week is going to go a little bit differently, I will move some things around and actually make it a little more accurate for the week at hand. Also, trying to just take those goals that I had about, those life goals and the self-care goals, and adding those things in where I see they would fit. And Friday is usually one of those days where I have a little bit more free time. Also, too, adding in those downtime task flags, that's something that I really need to keep up with, making hard stop times in the evenings so that I don't just keep working or doing other things. So I'm going to add those in. While I'm here, I know I'm going to need to post a video on Friday. my upload times here in my new place are super slow, so it takes like hours to upload videos. So I'll just plan on doing the final steps on the next day. I also had to go out and try a new place, so that's already pre-planned in there for Friday. And here's where I'm going to be incorporating those goal tasks of going out and trying a new food spot. I know Friday's a nice day for that. We had Saturdays or Sundays for being a good date night, so I'll just plan for Saturday and see how that goes. Also, spending that time researching where I'm going to go and places I'm going to try. Make sure I'm doing that before I actually have to go out, so it's not like a stressful trying to figure out what I want to do at the last minute. And then I have that goal task separated out for Wednesday of the Etsy shop. So I'll just plan on working on my big sizes on Wednesday, and then anything that doesn't get done by chance, I can wrap up on Sunday. So I have that already kind of set in my schedule. That way, those goals actually end up happening. I'll enter in other things right now as I can see there'll be time, and I'll quickly add in the bullet points for those to-dos. Basically, that's how I approach it. Then on the next week, I'll do the same process of adding in those goals each week and time blocking time in so that it's a fluid system. So that is it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!